Hello, everyone. This is the first recording that I am doing, and I'm actually recording the lectures that there are in a form of short tutorials for you to revise. And this will help you in revising the topics that we have covered in the classes. As I'm doing it for the first time, I hope that you're going to bear with any of the glitches that there are, or because I'm doing it for the first time and I might have some pauses and all that. Uh, I mean, I hope it works well. I thought that that it will be easier for you to revise through this. So I'm going to upload the topics one by one, the ones we have done. And today we're going to discuss about problem statement. Problem statement is one of the most important things that we have in our research study. Whenever we are doing a research, we need to find a problem that we have already studied in the writing a scientific report topic. We said that the problem statement goes into your introduction chapter, which is the first chapter of your research. In the introduction, we start with the background of the study. The background of the study gives a brief overview or an explanation of what is the background, what are the things that your readers need to understand, need to know to understand your research, what is the basic knowledge that your reader should have. So that goes into your background of the study. Then we have problem statement. In the problem explain statement, we explain what is the main topic that we are going to discuss, what is the main problem that we are going to solve, and what is the current condition of that and what needs to be done. And then we talk about significance, that once the problem is solved, who are going to benefit from it, what is the scope, and what is it going to do. So in the problem statement, we basically elaborate the research question that we have, uh, that we are going to develop or that we have developed. The data that I have selected in the slide is obviously taken from different places. If you talk about problem statement, a problem statement is usually the first or among the first steps of a research process. I just told you that sometimes it is the first step, or sometimes if you have already read the literature, you have narrowed down your topic, then obviously you know what your basic problem is. This is the backbone of your study. If you don't develop your problem statement carefully, you might not be able to do the research properly, because you might go here and there because you're not clear, because you don't have the clarity what is to be investigated, what are you investigating, and why you are investigating. So if you talk about a problem can be of two types. The first can be, it can be a knowledge void. That means that people don't know about the topic, or people have very less information, or people misunderstand it, people don't know everything about it. So there is a knowledge void, there is a gap that needs to be filled, and people need to know about that particular thing you are going to explore, and then you're going to explain. The problem can be a theoretical conflict. That means that two or three solutions are there, and now you don't know which one to take, or there are two or three ways of doing something and you don't know which one is the best fit. So you go and you research, and then you find out and you give a proper solution. Similarly, if we talk about the language of the problem statement, remember when we were developing, when we were formulating a research question, we developed a WH question with a question mark. But here we are going to give a declarative sentence. We will not have any questions, but we will have different statements. We will not talk about what are the objectives of the paper, what are the goals, what are the purposes. No, we are going to explain what the main problem is and what needs to be done about that particular problem. If we talk about the problem statement will have three main things. You will have a principal proposition in which you're going to explain what the problem is. You're going to and you then you're going to talk about what the interactive proposition, that means what is the current situation of that problem. And then you will have a speculative proposition in which you're going to say that what needs to be done. So a principal proposition is a starting point. It's a fact in which you're going to explain what your main topic is and what is known about that. Then in the interactive proposition, we this is something which goes against, or which is in contrast to the principal proposition, because here we talk about what are the lackings, what people don't know about, what is missing in that particular problem, that needs to be done, but that needs to be solved, and how it needs to be solved, what it needs to be done, that goes into your speculative proposition. Okay. Now, for example, there is this example given here that there are various technologies that have been grouped as Web 2.0. the second version of the World Wide Web. As in other space of life, these technologies have their space in academic libraries. Libraries and their users are enjoying the benefits of Web 2.0 technologies, but they're also prone to problems and threats. So they talked about a certain technology, and then they said, the library and the users also use it, but they have a lot of problems and threats. So they are identifying a problem, but they're saying that there are no empirical data are available on the impact of such technologies in libraries. So this is what is missing, and what needs to be done about it, that in order to improve the use of these technologies in libraries, there is a need to study librarians perceptions, whether it's positive or negative. Obviously we don't know what is going to be, so we're going to go and find out with regard to academic library services. So when you develop your problem statement, the first you're going to explain what is the main problem. Then you're going to say that if this is there, but what is missing, the missing part is the one that you are working on. And then you're going to talk about that what needs to be done about it, what is there to do. As I explained, problem statement, as I said, I'm just giving you a brief overview in these tutorials. So if you have any further questions, you can comment below this video and I'll answer over there. As I said, if you have any further questions related to problem statement, you can just comment below this video. And I want you to develop the problem statement. And again, as I said, if you have any issues, if you have any problem, you can comment below as well. I've tried to make these tutorials short so that these are easily downloadable and you don't have any internet issues in while you are listening to these lectures. So again, if you have any questions, you can ask me, and you can comment below this video and I'll answer it over there. Again, as I said, if you have any questions, you can comment below this video and I'll answer it over there. Thank you.